first tournament is just, you know, navigating the minefield and getting that cash locked up. And then the second tournament is after you make the money. Now it gets serious.
You could just tell when you get this deep in the main event, the room just, it's a
Las Vegas for the World Series of Poker main event telecast presented by DraftKings. What was once a starting field of 6,420 players is now just 416, each hoping to play well, get lucky, and win nearly $7.7 million. Hi, everybody. Lon McCarron with Norman Chad and Kara Scott as day 4 wraps up. The stars are still out. Phil Locke getting a look at his buddy Antonio Esfandiari's chips. There is our chip leader, Pennsylvania's Joe McKeon.
Joe says he likes all Philly sports teams. Weep for him, America. Weep for him.
Joe Hashem knows what it's like to be the only player with chips at the end of the main event.
Great guy, nice t-shirt, small stack. Joe, this is your 10th anniversary. Step it up!
Ness and Tim Riley, a husband-wife tandem, are still in the hunt.
Poker and marriage, I am familiar with both. I wish them the best of luck in all future endeavors.
Lily Newhouse is a cash game pro from Las Vegas, no relation to Mark Newhouse.
If Lily Newhouse makes the final table, I will hunt Mark Newhouse down and jump in the LA River with him.
There you see the present top 10. McKeon leading the way. The average stack right now, about 463,000 chips.
Daniel, how's her stone going?
Totally addicted?
Super into it, yeah.
Yeah,
I
really?
picked it up during the main last year. So.
Did you become legend?
Yeah, I did it like 4 times. Yeah.
What deck were you using?
I was using a mage deck.
Me too.
Yeah.
I use a Tempo mage deck.
Hearthstone?
Nice.
Yeah, I was totally addicted
okay.
to that game. It's the greatest game
I'm
I've
thinking
ever
of
played.
trying it.
Oh, it'll ruin your life, but it's fun.
It'll ruin your life, but it's fun. Norman, you're still not addicted to Tetris, are you?
It didn't ruin my life, it changed my life.
Nate Bierno is the big stack at the feature table.
He's played the main event 3 times and cashed 3 times. Not bad for a kid who plays Hearthstone.
Daniel Negreanu has over 100 bigs.
Daniel's recent results speak for themselves. He's zoned in, and I credit the mage deck for that.
So you live in Canada?
Korea, South Korea.
Oh, so you play there? Oh, well, I want to come visit there bad.
You should.
Good buddy Tyson lives there now. You know him?
Tyson?
Tyson Lee.
No, I don't know.
Good dude. He's been one of my best friends for a long time.
Mike Cloud didn't just sell trees, he delivered them to the homes of his treasured Blackhawk players.
17.
He's going to raise it up.
I want to come just for vacation.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
I know.
You'll love it. Yeah.
Yeah, the scenery he's talking about. Right? You get it.
I don't get it.
You never get it.
Greenery.
Jake Kim.
I'm all in.
Says all in with pocket 9s.
The 30-year-old pro easily has Cloud covered.
This would put Mike Cloud all in.
Well, Ace-10 looks great until you get raised all in. It's like eating a Cheesecake Factory. Food looks great until you see the calories.
He knows he's going to have to take a stand pretty soon with that small stack.
Yeah, he prefers small ball, but with that small stack, he might want to gamble here.
Not this time.
Jay Kim, happy to see that.
We're at the stage of the main event where guys like Mike Cloud and Jay Kim can really begin to dream about the November 9 and nearly $7.7 million. Each hand that brings an opportunity to move closer to that final table might be followed by the hand that knocks you out. Norman, what can we expect over the next 3.5 days of play?
They say experience is everything. I have no experience on day 4 of the main event other than standing next to you. But you asked, so I'll be polite and answer. The late, great poker pro Amir Vahidi once said, in order to live, you must be willing to die. It's one of my favorite poker quotes, mainly because it's the only one I can remember. Conservative, tight play only works if you're getting great cards. So open up, get active, and most importantly, play Hearthstone.
Hone those necessary poker skills anywhere you can. The kids love that game. 3 chips in play, the 1,000, 5,000, and 25,000 chip. Negreanu with ace-5 of spades calls the opening raise from Austin Lewis with pocket 10s.
Austin Lewis, 34-year-old personal trainer, has a son named Ace. Lily Newhouse, still in the main event, also has a son named Ace. I wonder if it's the same kid and they don't know it.
Big blind is the Las Vegas graphics designer, Brian DeLeon, king 8. He folds.
I got a good read on you.
This is a more important pot for you, I would imagine, because you don't have as much money.
I agree.
Not in life, just in
both
chips.
Negreanu's son is a Chihuahua named Mushu. Queen ace trade, top pair, bad kicker for Negreanu. Austin Lewis was actually born in Austin, Texas.
Lucky he wasn't born in Poughkeepsie.
He checks.
Sounds like exactly the price.
Free turn card. Deuce of spades. Negreanu adds a flush draw and a wheel draw.
Daniel already with chips in hand.
Check. 30,000.
30,000.
He'll try to take some profit from this hand.
Easy bet here for Daniel. He's got top pair, a straight draw, and nut flush draw.
30,000 into 57,000. Lewis with the pocket tens makes the call. Negreanu. The weak ace is best, as it turns out. Another check.
I had a big draw there. I check.
2 tens.
Negreanu wins. Neither wanted to build a bigger pot.
I didn't think I won. I thought he had like just checking an ace.
Daniel feels he got a gift there.
Wow, what a big hand you had.
On the turn, yeah.
I liked it when you said I had a big draw.
Yeah, right. Like, it's like, well, no pair,
I
right?
guess I won.
Yeah. I thought you had an ace. I really did.
So Daniel backs into a pot at the feature table. To an outer table and a look at Jean-Claude Locke, who wishes those ski goggles had x-ray vision. His 3-bet with ace-king was 4-bet all in by the aces of Christian Harder.
Harder has cashed in 5 of the last 6 main events. He's from Maryland. More on Maryland at another time.
I didn't want to go out like this.
Locke would have 21 big blinds left if he folds here. Of course, hard to fold ace-king pre-flop.
2010 bracelet winner, World Series Europe, has a big decision here.
Locke, by the way, will be returning to the planet Alderaan after the main event.
He does commit the chips, and he'll hate what he sees.
Harder, by the way, is from Maryland, Lon. What a poker state.
He is a solid pro with $3.5 million in live earnings.
And Locke is just mumbling that he hates himself.
Here's the flop. Couple of diamonds. Phil can dream of more diamonds or a couple of kings or chop it with a straight. But he needs both streets to pull it off. It's a 10 on the turn. He's drawing dead and knocked out.
All right, guys.
Phil Locke with his first ever career main event cash. And he goes out here on day 4, knocked out by Christian Harder. A disappointing end to Phil Locke's main event, and perhaps even more painful, Antonio's got bragging rights again. Ouch. The 2015 World Series of Poker is presented by DraftKings. Play weekly fantasy football for free and win huge cash prizes. Get to DraftKings.com now. And in part by the WSOP social game, poker's #1 mobile game. Free download available now in the App Store and Google Play. Welcome back to the Rio and day 4 of the World Series of Poker main event. 6-time bracelet winner Daniel Negreanu in a good place these days, running well, playing well. Hard to ignore the routine he's put in place to achieve those results.
Daily routine, wake up at 10:30, snooze to 10:42, shower, and make my smoothie in the morning. I'm a vegan, so I mix a nice smoothie together. So I get here about 15 minutes early and just kind of relax in my trailer and then get ready to play.
Excusez-moi, you mind if I join you?
I think other players look at me differently depending on who they are and where they are in their career. I think some fear me, some are afraid, some feel like they can take me, feel like I'm over the hill, I can't win anymore. I don't know the new school stuff, right? So it's my job as a professional to figure out what my opponents think of my style.
Every week he's in the gym, every week he plays soccer, and he eats right. He makes me sick.
You guys all do drugs? Like caffeine?
Of course. Hell yeah. No.
No? You don't do caffeine? I know.
I do caffeine, yeah.
I probably should, but
took
I mean,
some
it's not good
Tylenol.
for me. You did?
Right now?
Yeah, on break.
It's a good move, Dan.
What's that, no caffeine?
Yeah, I actually
Doesn't
went to the
work for me.
hospital a few days ago.
You went to the hospital?
Yeah. I drank
caffeine?
like 2 double shots.
Raised to
Jeez.
18,000?
Easy, boss.
Empty stomach.
Not a good
Thought I was
idea.
gonna have a heart attack. Yeah, I'm serious. Thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Double shots of what?
Like venti double shots on ice. I drank like
Drank
2.
2 of them?
Yeah. On an empty stomach, no water. Thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
You designed it that way. You're like, I wonder what'll happen if I do this.
Exactly. Wasn't the
What would happen
smartest
if I
player.
put this fork in my eye?
Daniel raised it up with a suited queen.
De Leon says no to ace-queen. I hate ace-queen, but you got to play ball now.
Barabino folded ace-jack under the gun. Kim's going to come along with king-jack. Now to Austin Lewis in the small blind, a small ace suited.
Baylor University graduate, and then a few years later, he was the graduation speaker. Actually, I believe he was in my week ace seminar last year, but he was sitting in the back of the room. I don't think he took any notes.
Lewis calls for 14,000. Nate Bierno in the big blind with 8-4 of hearts, and he calls.
I love four-way action at the feature table. It's better than Monday Night Football.
All right, here we go to the flop. King 8 tray, top pair for Kim. Everyone hits a pair but Negreanu. Lewis and Bierno check. Daniel looks like he wants to take a shot. He gave up caffeine when he gave up meat a long time ago. 36,000.
Actually, that's a good board for Daniel to bet. No draws out there. If anyone calls, then Daniel can be done with it.
Now, Jay Kim with top pair. Just a call. Lewis folds, Bierno folds, so we're heads up to the turn.
Heads up, caffeine versus no caffeine.
Turn card now. Jack of hearts. Kim improves to kings up. Negreanu's open-ended.
I thought Negreanu would be done with it, but now he might semi-bluff, you know, with an up and down straight draw.
Daniel is reaching. Those orange chips worth $5K apiece. Total of 65,000.
65. You said 69.
65, 69. Kick his vegan butt.
Daniel doesn't miss a thing. Kim comes along.
Should have raised him.
Turn card now. 6 of clubs. Daniel is left empty-handed. He now checks.
A 100% chance Kim will win this one. But given their caffeine intake, there's a 4% chance Daniel will fall asleep before folding his hand.
There's a lot of natural ways to stay awake.
165.
You heard him.
No. The answer to that is no. I'm not interested. I don't want to. I don't want it. You take it.
I'm glad you said no.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say check raise.
Yeah, I almost did that on the turn, but then I said, nah, let's not get too stupid.
Jay Kim now over 700,000, inching past Negreanu on the
I
leaderboard.
was like, let me just get there. Good hand.
Daniel absorbs the hit. All right, let's check in on one of the outer tables with Antonio Esfandiari. He tells us his level of celebrity is similar to Norman's GPA at Maryland.
Well, you can't call me a celebrity. You can call me a well-known poker player in the poker universe. I'll take that. But I love when people say, oh, you're a celebrity, because it's not true. You know, people do know me, obviously, in poker rooms and outside of poker rooms here and there. But I would go as far as maybe saying I was a D- celebrity, you know. I'm not even approaching C's. So I personally, the level of, I don't want to say fame because it just sounds so ridiculous to say it, but in that context, it's the perfect amount because I can live my life, I can go wherever I want to go, and I don't have to worry about getting bothered or anything like that. You know, I see some of these guys that are super famous, movie famous, and their life is unbearable. I mean, they're always on defense, you know?
He's right, Lon. I'm always on defense.
Antonio in a bad spot here with pocket eights, all undercards on the flop, but he's second best to the nines of Northern California poker pro Andrew Jenkins. You briefly saw Ira Marcus fold his ace-queen.
I tell you, this whole main event, I swear, all we see is Antonio betting with the worst hand.
He min-raised with the eights. Jenkins with about 85,000 in career winnings.
Coincidentally, that's the same amount Antonio spent at Tao nightclub last night.
Yeah, right. Jenkins, two-handed. This is a shove.
Well, Esfandiari had mid-raised, trying to figure out how good his hand is, and Jenkins pushes with 21 big blinds left, supposedly telling the magician, your hand's not that good.
Antonio has him covered by only about 60,000.
You just have it, huh?
Antonio can't do it. Jenkins will take it with the best hand. Jenkins still below average, but rising. Well, if you're a fan of Phil Locke and Antonio Esfandiari, things aren't going your way.
Such a fish.
Lock is out. Antonio on the downswing. Back in the Amazon room here on day 4, fewer than 400 players remain, and Pennsylvania's Joe McKeon still riding high. One player who understands success at the highest levels, Fatima Moreira de Mello. She won 3 Olympic medals in field hockey, wants to win gold here in Vegas.
I'm Fatima Moreira de Mello. I'm from Holland. My dad's Portuguese, that's why I have that long, weird name. Well, I started playing field hockey when I was about 6 years old. As soon as I had my stick and my ball, I was enjoying it, and yeah, I just stuck to it. Kind of a dangerous sport, too, if you think about it, but I just loved it. I was very unaware of, you know, that you could make a career out of that. I consider myself a lucky person. I got selected for the Dutch team when I was 19. I was still studying law. I was in law school, and I was fortunate enough to play like 3 World Cups, 3 Olympics, like bronze, silver, gold in that order. So the last one was in Beijing, like 2008. So I quit almost right after that. So I felt really fulfilled at that point in my career. And also like, okay, I've done it all now. I can chill out and run after a different ball maybe or something.
It seemed like you guys were getting slightly uncomfortable.
So winning a bracelet at the World Series would now be the ultimate goal, obviously, and the ultimate dream. But I just try to take it hand for hand, and that's all you can do.
She also sings, and she did get her law degree in 2006.
De Mello in the big blind with ace-queen off, facing a button raise from fellow Dutchman, poker pro Pim de Hooda with just king 10.
De Hooda, a former table tennis pro. Of course, all the money in table tennis dried up after that big PED scandal in the late 80s and early 90s.
That was unfortunate. A re-raise from de Mello to 40,000 now.
Of course, I was shunned by the table tennis community myself because I insisted on calling it ping pong.
And that's how you ended up in poker.
True story.
Now, de Hooda calls for 23,000 more with the second best hand.
Heads up, field hockey versus ping pong.
The flop is 7, Jack, Trey. Fatima holds the bigger heart with the queen.
Fatima, a bronze medal with the Dutch field hockey team in the 2000 Olympics, a silver in 2004, and gold in 2008.
Her ace high, still best here after the flop. And she's going to bet it, 57,000.
Why not? She's got 2 overs to the board, plus a big flush draw with that Queen of Hearts.
She was a striker on that Dutch national team, and the aggression serves her well here.
Show me the deuce, come on.
And she shows the Queen of Hearts.
I'm keeping everyone satisfied for her cold.
Girl next door.
Free info.
I wasn't excited. I wasn't excited, but this wasn't foldable.
Not unusual to see world-class athletes trying their hand at the World Series of Poker. This year, Richard Seymour and Shane Warne competed. Last year, Paul Pierce was here.
One of my fond memories of the Chris Moneymaker main event in 2003 was watching retired baseball star Bobby Bonilla play. He made it through day 1, but had a little too much gamble in him.
We will keep it here. Folded to Fatima in the small blind. Jack 9.
This is her 3rd World Series cash this year, her 7th overall.
She's got over 400,000 in live career earnings. Fatima with Jack 9. A raise to 17,000 to the big blind. Hong Kong-born London pro Kakwan Lau. 5 tray off.
Lau told me it was his dream to play a pot in the big blind against a gold medalist from the Netherlands. Here he is, living the dream.
He gets the big blind discount. Plus, with 105 big blinds in his stack, he can afford it easily. De Mello entered the hand with 64 big blinds. Heads up, here's the flop. And a 5 in the window. Bottom pair for Lau. Fatima with a gut shot.
In field hockey, a continuation bet involves your stick. Very painful.
This one is worth 18,000.
Bottom pair, usually good against a field hockey gold medalist with a law degree.
He seems to know that. 78,000 in the pot. Lau ahead. Turn card, another king, so Lau still best. De Mello checks this time, so with the 5 tray, Lau with the best hand. He's got the kings on board, of course. Kakwan Lau, 21,000.
Pretty small bet, barely a quarter of the pot. I'm thinking Fatima has shut it down, and we're just going to lose her right here.
Okay, think again. There's the call.
I can't say I understand this check call on the turn, but I also don't know how to play field hockey.
All right, here is the river card. And it is a queen, and Fatima gets there with the straight.
Well, I guess she was planning to bluff the river, but now she's just going to check.
And Lau checks back, and maybe some lost value for DeMello with that check.
I understand nothing, and Lau understands he is beat.
Well, I guess DeMello was hoping Lau was going to bet the river like he bet the turn. Fatima with 71 big blinds, 2 hands, 2 wins. She may regret that check on the river, but Fatima Moreira DeMello is more than holding her own here at the main event. Welcome back to the 2015 World Series of Poker main event telecast presented by DraftKings. We've got past main event champs and bracelet winners still in the field. There's 93 world champ Jim Bechtel.
The Arizona cotton farmer with 5 main event finishes 31st or better.
Max Steinberg plays more fantasy sports than poker now, but he hasn't forgotten how to collect chips.
He's a bracelet winner whose real fantasy, I guess, would be to win the main event bracelet.
And the 05 main event winner still here, Joe Hasham.
10 years ago, he won it all and set off the Australian poker boom. This is his 4th main event cash.
All right, let's catch up with the local cash game pro Lily Newhouse now. She flopped middle pair, but with a flush draw, her opponent Sam Bernstein on the left shoved for his last $84,000.
Bernstein, a 53-year-old Englewood, New Jersey amateur, works in finance.
Call.
Newhouse makes the call. Bernstein at risk.
Yeah, that was a good call by Lily. Newhouse, a graduate of Elizabethtown College in Elizabethtown, PA. I believe they are the Boilermakers.
You see Bernstein's outs as we head for the turn.
How about a jack of diamonds just to make it fun?
No, I think I'm good. How about just 2 blacks?
Queen of clubs make it fun?
You're nuts.
Turn card. Another tray, but not a diamond.
Son, free roll you 0.5%. You give me a small black card right here.
Wow.
I'm making the final table.
Hold on. Don't be on the card yet. 0.5%.
But I'm planning on
Hold
winning.
it for that, right? So if I say 3/4, you know.
Yeah, but you're not going to win. I'm going to win. Make the poor guy go.
Yeah, the guys.
You're good. Put a lot of stress into it. If he gives me the chips, I'll win.
Hey, no touching the dealer, you. I'm rooting for you to make some money.
All right, deuce of spades, Sean.
Okay, she's begging for a card ahead, and he's all in.
Deuce of spades, let's go. Deuce.
The river is a 9, not enough to overcome the 10s of Lily Newhouse.
Good hit. Nice job. Very nice playing with you. Nice playing with you guys all day.
Bernstein's first main event cash is worth nearly $25,000. Newhouse keeps building her day 4 stack.
If Lily Newhouse makes the final table, I will wear a pink hoodie while playing Hearthstone on Twitch.
All right, let's get back to the featured table. Mike Cloud's short stack is up for grabs. The Chicago amateur shoved with King Jack suited and $65,000. Nate Bierno in the big blind looks at King Queen. Nate with a grande chip stack.
I call.
So Cloud at risk and dominated.
Cloud says he has 3 sons, John, Rob, and his Russian shepherd, Boris.
All right, Boris, come here.
Nate won the California State Championship a couple years back.
Good luck to you.
Blackhawks have been in
I'm a
worse
Ducks
shape.
fan.
The Hawks. Go Hawks.
Hawks have been in worse shape than
I'm a
this.
Ducks fan, so I got to root against you.
Go Hawks. Boris is rooting for me.
There's the flop. The king does Mike no good, only 1 club.
Cloud pushed with 8 big blinds left. He needs a lot of help in a hurry.
Turn card now.
Come on, Jay.
8 of spades. Cloud's options are few.
Yeah, only a jack would save the 55-year-old amateur now.
I'm gonna need a miracle. I think Boris is gonna give it to me. Come on, buddy.
And now the river card.
El Jacko.
Oh! He got it!
Blackhawks do it again.
Go Hawks.
It's incredible. Every time they look dead, nope.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, every time it looked like the series was over, they came back and win,
Miracles
just like you.
do happen, baby.
I love how he said go Hawks as soon as he won.
Go Hawks.
That's great, man. That's
Sweet.
true
Hawks
fandom right
energy.
there.
Wow, my lucky charm dog is helping me there to my son.
Bierno still has over 700,000.
Yeah, he loves the Hawks, too.
Oh, that was painful.
Who doesn't in Chicago, you know?
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah, miracles.
You did the whole, all right, boys.
Well, usually that didn't come from me, but this, I don't know if something's going right today, so.
Yeah.
Let's get more on Cloud from Kara Scott.
Michael Cloud says he's having an incredible experience here at the feature table. He had some TV time in the 2013 main event as well, and after that experience, he went away and read up on small ball poker in one of Daniel Negreanu's books, and he's hoping that that's going to help him out here this year. His wife gave him a piece of advice as well. She said, don't act too fast at the table because she knows that he really doesn't like to slow down the action.
He sat next to Doyle Brunson during that 2013 main event, and he's already guaranteed a better finish at this main event.
So Mike Cloud cannot rest on those small laurels. He's got a lot of work to do. Nate Bjorno with King 4 of hearts, second biggest stack at the table, raises to 18,000. Barabino with the biggest stack at this table with pocket trays. And he makes the call. And now Negreanu with the third biggest stack at the table with Queen 10 of diamonds comes along.
It's the best thing.
The dealer button's the best thing? Maybe Daniel does need a vacation to South Korea.
This is so cool, right?
Don't you wish you could always have it?
In the small blind, Miguel Sierra owns a construction company in Venezuela. Ace-5 of spades. He makes the call. Cloud in the big blind with ace-queen.
Ace-queen, and he's still pretty short-stacked. This is pump it or dump it.
Oh, really? I'm all in.
Pump it is. Nate gets out of the way. Rick gets out of the way. Daniel leaves town.
Boy, he's clearing the room fast.
Miguel folds, and how about that? A nice pickup for Cloud.
Yeah, you know what's better than the dealer button? Chips won pre-flop. Plus, if you're a Blackhawks fan and you have a Russian Shepherd named Boris, you're tough to beat.
Yeah.
Cloud picked his spot perfectly and increased his stack by nearly 60%, as you said, with no flop. Back to the adventures of Antonio Esfandiari. He called an opening raise with King Jack suited, but then Alfie Adam shoved over the top with pocket sixes for 110,000 more. Antonio called for 92,000.
Adam, a London barrister at risk. I swear, Antonio has the worst hand every time we check in on him, and he's a professional?
Adam, a 42-year-old British barrister at risk. Here is the flop, and there's a jack for Antonio, a dagger to Adam.
Some guys have all the luck, and some guys just have a hoodie.
Turn card, Antonio with a flush draw, stealing it out from Alfie Adam. River card now, the 10 of hearts. Esfandiari wins a critical flip. Alfie Adam knocked out of the main event.
You know, when we do the November 9 telecast line, I just think we should have a player in the booth who doesn't always get his chips in with the worst of it.
Antonio with 54 big blinds now. There's his dad, Bijan, never far away from his oldest son. Alfie Adam will head to the cage to collect his latest main event score.
He was a barrister with a dream.
Celebrity won't keep Antonio Esfandiari in the main event, but winning races will help. He's got a little more room to maneuver now. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker main event telecast, presented by DraftKings. Tim Riley, the first casualty of our husband-wife main event team.
Good luck, guys.
Now he has to give the old battle axe to bad news. That's never good.
Nothing easy about the main event. Even more puzzling if you're doing it for the first time. So far, Luther Tran is making the most of it.
Luther Tran from Bayou Battery, Alabama. That's where they filmed the movie. Forrest Gump. Everything's going good, you know. Trying to chip up, make it to day 4. I'm used to playing pretty well, and I'm on my A game today. I'm getting the right calls.
Stay out.
Bluffing at the right time. Should I tell you that? I'm feeling good, just hanging in there, just gonna try to make day 5. Try to win big, retire. That's the goal.
Luther says he's a full-time dad to 2-year-old twins and a 1-year-old. That's more than full-time.
And the Alabama dad did finish 575th at this year's Monster Stack. That was a field of over 7,000.
Tran with trays against Pim DeHutta's flopped Broadway draw. They're both interested in seeing a free turn card, and it's a tray, a set for Tran to take a big lead.
I don't believe table tennis is big in Alabama. Nick Saban won't allow it.
Tran checks his set. Now, DeHutta.
Looks like DeHutta will take an ill-timed shot at this one.
25,000.
This turn set, the best thing that happened to the Lakers in years.
And now Tran putting together raising chips.
Well, that's everybody's world.
Yeah, that's my point.
A check raised to $65,000.
Usually, when you get check raised on the turn, they've got the goods, usually.
Well, DeHuda figures to be behind, but he's not going anywhere fast.
DeHuda did cash in the main event in 2011.
He's got a couple of wins in EPT side events.
Tran just looks like he has a set.
So there's the call. River card now. And it's trays full now for Luther Tran.
DeHuda, meanwhile, missed his straight. Or if a spade had come, he might have bluffed at this baby.
Luther Tran with the full house says 170,000. He started with over $1 million, turning the heat up on the Dutch pro.
DeHuda actually might be thinking that Tran's bluffing at it.
That would be a good thing for Tran. But DeHuda folds.
No more damage.
And this first timer having a great day 4.
Very true. You can't call me there anyway. You ain't got nothing.
Oh. Your nothing might be a little bit better than my nothing. So you're absolutely right.
Call me there.
Well, you know, Luther, poker is like a box of chocolates. You never know when your check raise on the turn's gonna get called. Welcome back to Las Vegas. What started 46 years ago as a single table of gamblers trying to determine the best poker player has turned into a spectacle here at the Rio. It looks like Tim Riley's come to say au revoir to his wife, Ness.
Lucky for you. Not for me, though. I just busted.
I know, babe. I know.
Back at the feature table.
You play golf? Mm-hmm. Are you good?
Yes.
How good is good?
I'm good compared to normal people.
So Tiger could crush you.
Crush.
So you're not that good.
Well, you said I'm good. I have to compare myself to, you know.
Better than average. What are you, a scratch?
Very close to it.
That's interesting.
Jay Kim, more of an indoor activity kind of guy.
19.
He likes clubbing and video games. 9-8 of hearts. He does raise it up to 19,000.
By the way, this is the 10th straight year the main event has exceeded 6,000 entries. More poker players than golfers out there.
Barabino, originally an actuary. He's into bridge and backgammon. He folds. Lance Harris likes golf, but the indoor kind. He's a Golden Tee video game wizard, Ace King.
He used to be the chip leader at this table, and it's been all downhill for Harris since Phil Hellmuth ordered ice cream.
Kim raised. Harris re-raises. Negreanu folds.
Okay.
You've got the hoodie and the sunglasses there. And you've got the backwards baseball cap with the sunglasses on the hat. It's a clash of cultures.
Jay Kim, the original raiser with 9-8 of hearts, putting calling chips together here. So we'll be heads up. 2 healthy stacks going at it. And ace in the window. Harris catches top pair. 1 heart in that flop for Kim. Harris checked it.
Kim didn't get much of that flop.
He checks back. Turn card now. 7 of clubs. Harris still ahead. A 2-way straight draw for Kim.
If Harris had bet the flop, hand probably over. Now, if he bets, Kim might stick around with that double belly buster straight draw. I think Ralph Nader had a double belly buster straight draw in the 2000 presidential election.
George W. Bush ended up winning that pot, even without the best hand. Harris bets 56,000. And with his draw, Jay Kim comes along. River card is another jack. Ace is up now. Harris guaranteed to win a showdown.
Harris has got to like his hand, I think. I don't think Kim likes his hand.
Action on Harris. He checks the paired board. Jay Kim
155
sees an opening, 155,000.
He bluffs at it. I guess Kim is representing a jack here. But if you polled the Amazon room, I believe 88% of respondents would say he does not have a jack.
So Harris with a decision.
He's trying to piece together the hand.
And he's checking his stack. How much of it would it cost him? He makes the call.
You're good.
Harris now even with Barabino for the table lead.
Ace, king. Nice hand. Thanks.
That was bet flop at turn, right? Or check flop?
Check flop.
Oh, bet turn.
Call.
Yeah.
Check.
Harris stacks the winnings. You know, with Phil Locke's exit earlier tonight, we do have one pro in pro analysis. Let's see how he analyzes Jay Kim's action in that last hand.
World Series of Poker, 2015, day 4. Those who can play and play well, they're still playing. And those who love to play, but maybe not so good, they're here giving you hand analysis. Does Kim's bet with 8-9 make sense? It makes sense in as much as it's the only way to win the pot, but in a long-range analysis, I actually don't like the play. He's getting called. I mean, there was a bet on the turn. It's clear that his opponent has something, and I just don't think the bluff is going to get through enough. He's repping, what, 10 jack, jack, queen, jack, too small a bandwidth. I think it's just a time to check. But he's playing, and I'm not, so who am I to judge?
Still only 39 years old.
Kim among the world's best Yu-Gi-Oh players. I looked at Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was more confusing to me than a Hieronymus Bosch painting.
That's actually a trading card game, similar in vein to Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone. Jay Kim looks down at Jack 9 of diamonds. This online pro loves to see flops. A raise to 18,000.
Call.
Barabino calls with a suited King Jack.
Candyland. Now there's a game for all shapes and sizes.
Best hand of this trio makes the call.
The best thing about Candyland, no strategy whatsoever.
Big blind folds, so 3 players. Negreanu with the best of it right now. 7-10 ace, 2 hearts. Everyone drawing to straights. Daniel's hand is best.
The Phil Ivey Candyland edge sorting lawsuit still pending from 1983.
They all check. Turn card. The 8 of spades, and Kim scores his jack high straight. Daniel checks it again. Now Jay Kim.
Well, this one's not going check, check, check.
Nope.
I think this is a good hand in Yu-Gi-Oh also.
Jay Kim deliberately puts together 48,000.
What would Christopher Walken do? What would Bill Clinton do?
The other two drawing to higher straights if they stick around.
Raise. That's more Clinton than Walken, I think.
That's a raise to 150,000. With a hand still in progress, Negreanu folded.
This is likely Kim's favorite moment of the main event so far. He's got the nuts and he's been raised. You can't get that type of action in Yu-Gi-Oh!
All in.
Jay Kim announces all in.
That's too much. I mean, Kim hoping Barabino has like a 2-pair type of hand, but he can't call here with just a double gut shot.
When you've made your straight using both of your whole cards, life is good.
You know, maybe Christopher Walken would call here. Let's take a look.
Barabino makes the fold. And a nice pot for Jay Kim. He's quickly back over 630,000.
Lose one, win one.
Lose one, win one.
The bluff with 9-8 didn't work, but the turn straight did. The 2015 World Series of Poker is presented by DraftKings. Play weekly fantasy football for free and win huge cash prizes. Get to DraftKings.com now. And in part by the WSOP social game, poker's #1 mobile game. Free download available now in the App Store and Google Play. With beards continuing their good run here in 2015, there should be a line in Vegas on a bearded world champ. The chip leader has a beard.
Not on my watch. When I get through with him, he won't even have eyebrows left. I've had it with these beards.
Joe McKeon over $2.5 million. Fatima Morera de Mello still smiling despite below average chips.
She's smiling, Lon, because there's no one at her table who has a full beard.
It's been an up and down day for Antonio Esfandiari, but he's still in.
Yeah, well, maybe on our next break, he can go shave his 5 o'clock shadow.
He did it in the last level. Kid Poker is relaxed and enjoying this deep run at the main event.
Boy, that beard's more well-groomed than the Luxembourg Gardens.
Over there humming the Wrecking Ball song, huh?
I got it stuck in my head. I don't know how that got in my head.
Isn't it because you said if he wins the World Series, he's got to swing on a Wrecking Ball?
Yeah, but the song came up.
That was he was singing
I was
that
already
way
singing
before.
it, and then
Oh, way before.
And I was asking
it'd be
him
really
to stop,
funny to
but
see
he's
him
not.
on a Wrecking Ball.
He doesn't want to stop.
You don't like that song? My man?
Not really.
I like it. I think
I'm
it's a
a
good
fan.
song.
It's catchy.
All right.
Blinds are up to 5 and 10,000. The ante is 1K. Daniel raises to 22,000 with ace-9.
Miley Cyrus.
He raps, he hums, he probably strums a washboard on weekends.
Daniel with 724,000, a stack that could be difficult for opponents to play against. On the button, Brian De Leon.
De Leon doesn't play much.
He won't play that. Jay Kim in the small blind with pocket sixes.
I love the way Jay Kim handles himself at the table.
He just calls. Lewis folds. Heads up now, Negreanu and Kim. Kim with a pocket pair. Here is the flop. 7-9 king. Negreanu with middle pair to take the lead. Kim checked.
You could make a living off of middle pair top kicker. My Uncle Nunzio used to.
30,000 from Daniel.
Is that too much?
I'm up.
Best hand wins.
Best hand wins?
Pick a card, pick a card.
Left.
Oh, that wasn't the one you wanted to pick.
Oh,
the other
his
one
left.
was good. Oh, that
It's all
left.
good. No.
The other one was a 9.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The other one was a 9.
I was just joking anyways,
What are you
though.
gonna
But I thought you said
Middle pair.
Yeah.
Got a bet, right, bro?
We'll keep it here at the feature
You
table.
slap me next time I do it. That'll get me to stop. You slapping me would probably do it.
Things worse than when Daniel gets a song stuck in his head.
Okay.
Well, Daniel can sing as long as it's not Miley Cyrus. All right, action folded
22.
to the two-time World Series of Poker Player of the Year pocket sevens, 22,000.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you
He's moved
out.
on to LL Cool J now. Mike Cloud doesn't want to stick around. What do you think about De Leon?
I don't think De Leon is playing here unless he has pocket quads.
Jay Kim on the button.
I was doing it. You got me.
He folded. Austin Lewis in the small blind, ace, king of spades, shoves.
Can't have him doing that to me every time.
142.
You got 2, huh?
143,000.
So that's just do math thing. Okay.
Here's my quick math. Call because you have enough chips.
Hard to make a pair.
You might have a little itty-bitty pair.
Not a huge chunk of Negreanu's stack, but he is very careful when he gets into possible race situations.
You might be just doing that bully thing on me, too. Worked for you last time. Try it again. Okay, good luck, bud.
You've got sevens?
Yeah.
Wow, Austin channeling Daniel.
How'd you know sevens?
Wow.
Pretty good read.
Yeah. Daniel gets Danieled.
Okay, if the flop comes with a 7, I
I just wish
apologize
you
in
had a
advance.
7 of diamonds instead of that 7 of spades.
Yeah.
Lewis is going to need help from the board to stick around. 10-5, 10-1 spade.
Not much there for the 34-year-old personal trainer from Grand Prairie, Texas.
What do you say, Jack?
It's always good for the sweat. Jack is for his. Just give him every
Then you
out.
just come with Jack.
Turn card is a 9, so now another 9 would counterfeit Daniel's sevens.
Or a 9.
Or a 9, yeah. All these extra outs.
Ace, king, or 9, or Lewis is gone.
The river card is a 4. Austin Lewis rides off into the sunset.
Just like do it.
Good game, boss. Take care, man.
Austin Lewis goes out at 333rd, his first main event cash.
Kid Poker's in good shape.
For Lewis, 29 grand. We'll buy a few rounds of golf at Barton Creek. Negreanu closing in on 1 million chips just as the table is scheduled to break again on Daniel.
Keep it up.
At the main event, players can go in 3 directions. Up.
Oh, go Hawks!
Down. And out. Meanwhile, Daniel Negreanu is still controlling center court.
Yeah, I'm totally addicted to that game.
The question is, for how long?
You didn't see that coming, did you?
For Norman Chad and Kara Scott, I'm Lon McCarran. Thanks for watching Day 4 of the main event.